Making cleaner hardstyle leads is unfortunately not as simple as increasing the high end on your lead group or cutting the low end in your individual layers. Instead, you achieve cleaner hardstyle leads by incorporating a variety of mixing techniques. And that's what we're looking at in this video. By the end of the video, you'll learn how to use deductive EQ to bring out the high end, how to use multiband compression to give the lead more space, and how to use stereo width to give the lead more focus. Let's get into it. We'll start out by looking at ways to unmask your hardstyle lead. And in this case, particularly the high end of the lead. What happens with hardstyle leads is that many of our layers contain high frequencies, and when those layers and those frequencies get stacked on top of each other, in some cases it becomes too much and we lose clarity. The reality is that we don't necessarily need all the layers to contain high frequencies, and in a lot of cases we can gain clarity from selectively cutting high frequencies in some layers and letting them stay in others. Let's take a look at an example where that's the case. This is a recreation of the darkest hour lead. So when we listen to the lead, we just hear the lead as a package, and the total package of course has a lot of high frequency in it. But if we actually look at each individual element, only one of the elements are responsible for the high end. Here's what the top lead layers sound like. We can hear that the top end is very muted, and when looking at the EQ, we can see that a considerable amount of the high frequencies has been filtered out. This effectively makes the top layers sound very dull and without detail, but here's why that makes sense. If we look at the chord layer, this is what the EQ looks like. It is doing the exact reverse of the top layers. Here we have a lot of high frequencies and a very muted middle. In this example, the chord layer is the only element responsible for filling out the entire top end. So when we play them together, the two elements are not fighting for the same space in the frequency spectrum, but instead they're complementing each other by representing their own space. Here's what it sounds like. So again, we can increase clarity by not having every single layer clutter up the frequency spectrum with the same frequencies. Removing frequencies in some layers allow other layers to come through with more clarity. Try this one out and tell me what you think. Real quick guys, check out my website. There's helpful free tools like this spectrum analyzer. And if you use Silent One, this preset pack is as good as it gets for hardstyle leads. Scan the code or use the link in the description. The second technique is to sidechain your low-end layer to the lead. If you're like me and you like to have high frequencies present in your low-end layer, you need this technique to avoid having the high frequencies in your low-end layer clashing with your lead. If we take a listen to the low-end layer here. It has plenty of high frequencies, and of course, so does my lead. And whenever these two elements are present at the same time, the combined high end becomes too harsh and it takes away clarity from the lead. One way we can deal with this is by sidechaining the high end to the lead using a multiband compressor. This way, whenever the lead is active, the high frequencies are ducking out of the way, making space for the lead. And as soon as the lead is done playing, the high frequencies of the low end layer rises to its normal level again. This makes the ducking super transparent, and when it's done right, the listener cannot even hear the high end was taken out in the first place. Let's look at stereo width. If you want to clean up your lead, a very underutilized way of approaching this is by managing the stereo width of your individual layers. You see, most people tend to make every layer sound wide and impressive on its own, but the problem with that is that it quickly clutters the stereo field, right? If every layer contains stereo information, very often they end up fighting for space in the stereo field, and that can take away clarity and focus from your lead. Let's listen to an example where that's the case. This is the support lead being too wide. So the width in the support lead is stealing attention from everything else, and is not only that it's overpowering the stereo field, it's also taking away clarity from the center layers. And this is the interesting part. Now I'm gonna engage the reduction of the side information and listen to the immediate focus and clarity that happens not only to the stereo field, but also for the center of the lead. So by making the support lead more narrow, it immediately clears up the entire lead and makes everything come through with much more intent. The thing to acknowledge is that clarity comes from having the right balance in the layers. It clearly shows with this example. If every layer is pushed wide, they're gonna fight for the same space. So by making some layers more narrow, everything will have an easier time existing in the mix, and it will allow the individual layers to come through with more clarity. Here's something that can take away clarity from your lead: energy buildup. So hardstyle leads are built from many different layers: top layers, support layers, chords, and so on. And pretty much every layer contains mid-frequencies, right? Everything lives in the middle. And because of that, the mid-frequencies are very prone to become overpowering. And when they become overpowering, we lose clarity. So how do we deal with that? One of my favorite ways of dealing with a muddy middle is by using multiband compression. This is often much more transparent than cutting it out with an EQ, because EQ is a static solution, whereas the multiband is only taking away energy when it has to. So by looking at the spectrum analyzer, we can determine where the bunch of the energy is building up. And with a multiband compressor, we place a band or several bands to selectively control the energy in that area. It works really well to help those often overpowering mid-frequencies and help maintain the clarity throughout the entire lead. In hardstyle leads, we often have things working in the background to help carry the lead. It can be pads, strings, arpeggiators, many things can help fill out the background. But sometimes the background elements are taking away clarity from your lead, and that is of course not the purpose of the background layers. Here's an example where the arpeggiator is a bit too invasive and takes away clarity and focus from the lead. So in order to help maintain the clarity in the lead and to help separate the lead from the background, we can consider using sidechaining. Sidechaining will lower the volume of the background as long as the lead is active. And when the lead is no longer active, the background can rise to its normal level again. Here's what it looks like when the arpeggiator is sidechained out of the way during the lead. We see it ducking with every lead note, and when the note is over, it rises to the normal level again. Let's take a listen to that effect. So the sidechaining gives space to the lead to be fully in focus and not compete with it. It can really help increase the clarity of the lead by simply having less elements active at one time. You can do this with background layers, but it can be done with other elements in your track as well, such as white noise sweeps and percussion. It's really all about making space for your lead. Alright guys, if you enjoyed this video, leave a like and a comment and consider subscribing. Thank you so much for watching, and I'll see you next time. Bye.